A Dedenne-GX takes 3 prizes in this video. Welcome back, everyone, to more from the Sable Eyes. I'm Mitch, and today I'm going to take a look at Toxtricity VMAX and see how we can get this deck to work in Darkness Ablaze with Slowbro V. This new Galarian Slowbro is a really cool way to put poison damage onto your opponent's Pokemon, and that syncs up nicely with Toxtricity, so why not test them out together? We will jump over onto PTCGO to check out the list in just a second, but before we do, if you are interested in playing along, there's a list down in the description, as well as Facebook and Twitter and Discord links, all that kind of good stuff. Subscribe whilst you're down there, give the video a like, that would be greatly appreciated, and that will inspire me to make more content like this. We'll jump across to PTCGO now and check out the deck. Now, getting ready to record this one, I wasn't feeling super inspired, but I stumbled upon this Toxtricity list on Twitter. I'm not entirely sure exactly where I found it, to be fair. Normally I like to give credit when I find things, but I found this and then saved it and then didn't remember where I saved it from, and it's a whole big thing. Jump onto Twitter, there's a bunch of really cool Pokemon creators out there that are building cool deck lists, and this one focuses around Toxtricity VMAX. Gmax Riot does 160 damage for 2 lightning energy and a colorless, and if our opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, then we can deal an extra 80, so that's 240 plus 10 with the poison, 250 damage. Not amazing, but definitely worth looking into. It's going to deal a ton of damage to lots of Pokemon. How are we going to get that poison in play? Well, firstly, we've got Toxtricity V, which can use Poison Jab for 1 lightning energy. That will deal 20 damage and then poison your opponent's active Pokemon, so that's pretty solid. We can also use Electric Riot here to deal 180 damage if our opponent's Pokemon is poisoned, but that's not normally the way we're going to try and do things. We're going to try and do things using Galarian Slowbro V, which comes from Darkness Ablaze. Rapid Fire Poison will allow us to poison our opponent's active Pokemon if this Slowbro is in the active spot, and then we can simply retreat it out and start attacking with our Toxtricity. Now, how are we going to retreat it? That's a great question. We've got 4 copies of Switch to move it in and out of the active, but we also have 3 copies of Dark City, which gives all Pokemon in play that are basic Dark Pokemon free retreat. There is no retreat cost on them, regardless of what effects might be placed on those Pokemon. Nothing can stop them from having free retreat. Dark City will allow us to move our Slowbro in and out of the active, even though it has 3 retreat for free. We can Rapid Fire Poison, move out into our Toxtricity, and start taking big knockouts from there. Well, not knockouts, but big attacks. We've got some other Pokemon geared up in this list to help us attack, specifically Boltund V. This card is very powerful. Electrify will allow us to accelerate energy onto our Pokemon, 2 lightning energy from the deck any way that we like, and Bolt Storm is potentially a good attack in the mid to late game when you've got a lot of lightning energy in play, which we can do quite easily. We can deal lots of damage, 10 plus 30 for every lightning energy that we have available to us. How are we going to accelerate lightning energy? Great question. Tapu Koko Prism will do the job. Dance of the Ancients will put 2 lightning energy in play. That would be fantastic. And we also have access to Turbo Patch and flip this 50-50 chance of getting extra energy onto our basic Pokemon. There are no GXs to worry about in the deck apart from the Dedenne-GX, which we play 2 copies of, so we don't need to worry about Turbo Patch impacting our board state too often. We'll be able to get some energy in play that way. We also have a little bit of acceleration in Rose. This is our absolute last chance saloon though. We don't really want to use this card, but when we can get 2 energy into play on our VMAXs nice and quickly. That'll power up our Toxtricity pretty well. Other Pokemon to attack with, we've got Evil Admonition Hoopa. This is incredibly powerful when you're looking at things like Eternatus that fill their bench up with a lot of abilities. It's also good just to have a generic colorless costed basic attacker. Hoopa could potentially put in some work. All we really need to do is deal an extra 70 or 80 damage to deal with our Gmax Riot. We're going to do 250 with Gmax Riot. That means if we want to knock out an Eternatus, we only need to do an extra 90 damage. and our Hoopa will be able to do the job quite comfortably there. 90 damage, very easy to hit on that Hoopa. Our support Pokemon, I've mentioned Dedenne already. We've got one copy of Eldegoss as well to find our supporters out of the discard pile, and a copy of Crobat as well to draw some extra cards. I've talked through a lot of the cards already. Let's just round up our support for the moment. We've got 4 Quick Ball, we've got 4 Pokemon Communication, that is 8 Pokemon Search cards. There is a lot floating around. We've talked about the ways we're going to switch and accelerate energy. It's important to note we've got Speed Lightning as well to draw some extra cards. We've got 3 of those. 4 copies of Research. Obviously, drawing cards is very important. We also have 4 copies of Money. We also have a copy of Mallow and Lana as well. This is just a neat little way that we can retreat one last time. It gives us an extra retreat out to get that Galarian Slowbro out of the active. Plus, 320 is quite tough for lots of decks to take out. If we can heal 120 with Mallow and Lana, that might be the difference between surviving and losing 3 prizes. This is the deck that I'm going to take out onto the ladder. I can tell you, I've already recorded these games. They are entertaining, to say the very least. We'll jump over to that commentary now. Hopefully, Toxtricity can do some damage. Let's see if we can get some games here with Toxtricity VMAX. I'm not sure what we're playing against here. There's an Eternatus box there, but that doesn't always mean anything. We're going second, which is good. Our opponent allowed us to go second, which is great. We've got Boltund here, so we can put that into the active. We've got a Slowbro, as well as a Dark City. We don't have access to a Toxtricity yet, nor do we know what our opponent is playing. There's a Zigzagoon in the active, so the Dark City doesn't want to go down straight away. We'll see. Eternatus VMAX. Okay, so we're playing Eternatus. This will be interesting. Neither of us can one-shot each other's VMAXs, but they're going to be able to more easily get their damage off, and they'll be doing more. So they're going to do 270 most of the time. The maximum we can do is 250, and we require a little bit of work to get there. Here comes a Scoop Up Net from our opponent, putting 10 damage onto our Boltund and a Crobat. So we'll draw 3 cards. Try and set their board up. As long as they don't attach an energy, I'm feeling okay. They haven't done that just yet. Now, in saying that, there is the energy, so that's a capture. They'll probably grab themselves like another Eternatus. That seems reasonable. And that is that. Okay, cool. Okay, Toxtricity top deck. We can play all these cards down. Let's Speed Lightning, see how we go. This is interesting. We could comb away the Crobat to find, like, the Koko, maybe? That would give us access to the Koko later. We can Marnie then. I probably don't want a Dark City. We'll just Marnie, and now I'll be able to electrify regardless of what our opponent does here. I think that I just want to hold this hand. I don't really want to do too much. Let's just electrify and get some energy into play. I could have quick balled away some stuff, but I don't think we really need to. Our opponent is unlikely to be able to gust and get a big knockout this turn, because they need a VMAX and energy and a ton of Pokemon in play. So they need 4 Pokemon, a VMAX and an energy. This appears here, so that'll be an energy and a Pokemon. Whether it's a VMAX or not is another question. They might choose to get Crobat, just going for the Eternatus VMAX, which is fair enough. They will attach... Pardon me. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm collapsing here. They will take. They'll attack for 180. So they don't quite get the knockout. Now, this is a risky maneuver here, because what I could do is I could presume that the last card in their hand is bad, because they didn't want to, like, draw cards. So if I grab a Toxtricity here, I can do some more thinning, get rid of the Crobat, find another basic Pokemon, maybe grab, like, I don't know, this Boltund. We're going to discard it anyway. We'll use the Dedenne. Try and draw a fresh 6 cards. We can get, like, a Switch. That would be great. We don't find a Switch, but we do get the Toxtricity VMAX. Let's just research again. Hopefully we find a Switch, we can get some big damage off here. There's the Switch. Okay, so we've got an attachment to the Toxtricity. We can switch into the Slowbro. We can then use Rapid Fire Poison. That's fantastic. Poison our opponent's Eternatus. Then we can switch, retreat into the VMAX. Gmax Riot. This is great. I have to presume that the last card in their hand wasn't very good. If it was good, this is bad because they can find Zigzagoon. If it was bad, then it's good because they can't find Zigzagoon. So hopefully they just don't top deck something here. That would be fantastic. Research. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they must have... They either top decked that. They had a money as well. There goes the Boltund. Okay, this is a less than good situation. Let's see here. They've got another VMAX. As if they miss an energy attachment, that would be good. No? Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're at the moment. This is less than ideal. Then Dedenne, we've got an energy to attach, plus we've got Koko, so we can still take... we can still get a second VMAX in play, which is good. But now we're kind of reliant on them not getting Gust, because they've already taken 2 prizes, so they can attack once, twice, 3 times. We have to attack 3 times. They're in front. Okay, so yeah, so we just need to hope that they don't have a boss at some point in this game. I don't know how I feel about that. Absol coming down from our opponent. That won't stop our Slowbro from retreating. It will stop the Toxtricity from retreating without losing all of the energy. It's not that big of a deal. There's the Poison Tick. That's not an issue either. We've got an energy here. We've got another Toxtricity. What we could do is we could just get rid of that. Find ourselves a VMAX. Maybe the Hoopa. Hoopa's a cool card. Keep making silly decisions. Silly choices. Because we can't attack with that Hoopa, regardless. We've already attached, but even if we do, if we attack with the Hoopa, they just knock us out, and then they've got 2 attacks to do. So we need to force them to find the Gust. This is okay, I suppose. 3 prizes is good. We've put a boss in the discard for later. We've found a VMAX as well, which is really good. We could potentially miss energy. Oh my god, I gotta stop saying that. That's the 3rd time. We could miss energy. And gets energy immediately. Okay, so they've got no... This time they have no supporter. They definitely didn't have a supporter there. That's good. You're gonna take 3 prizes. Hopefully... what we could do is we could just Marnie them. I think we just Marnie them, force them to have a fresh new 4 cards. Hopefully they don't just find one off of the prizes. We poison. Don't forget to do that. Then we maybe like flip the coin for the thingamajig. We don't need to attach. Sorry here. We can use the Koko. We can just attach. We don't need to flip a coin. We don't need to flip any coins. Why risk anything? Why would we do that? Well, I mean, we could play down the Toxtricity and then flip the coin. That's also fine. We didn't get it. That's just money. We gotta money this guy. We've gotta hope that he doesn't have boss. If he has boss, he wins the game. Which I'm not a massive fan of. We G-Max right. If he has boss, the game is over. So, KNYPZ, do you have boss? Let us sit patiently and wait. Hopefully, no boss. We say no boss. No boss, please. Please don't play down boss. Play down another supporter. Play a Piers. That'll find you an energy attachment. You need an energy attachment if you want to continue the game. Play a Piers, or a Research, or a Marnie. Not a Marnie. I don't want you to play a Marnie, actually. He's playing a Piers. Okay. I think we're going to win. I think the fact that boss wasn't played there means that we win. Because no matter what our opponent does here, they can't take a knockout on the active. We've got Eldegoss in hand. We've got a boss in the discard pile. So as long as nothing stupid happens, we should be able to win this one with Toxtricity, which is great. Great news. They've attached to the active, so they're going to try and retreat. Doesn't matter. That is that's a move for someone who desperately needs to draw some more cards. We have everything that we need. All that we need to do, let's just double check that the boss is in the bin. There it is. We can Eldegoss, grab the boss out of the discard pile, then gust up that Eternatus VMAX, and we don't even need to poison. We can just G-Max right. 160 will deal the damage. That's the game. Whew, that was a risky one. Let's see a second game here with Toxtricity, see if we can't get something that's a little bit easier to knock out than Eternatus. Maybe we can get like a, I don't know, like a tag team GX or something like that. Our opponent's won the toss and has elected to go first. It's fine for us. This hand doesn't look great. Yeah, it's not amazing, but there are a lot of good cards that we can top deck. We're playing Mewtwo and Mew. So we can't one-shot that, but we can get that within range pretty easily. We might even be able to take some knockouts by using just straight poison ticks. That might be able to get us there. Heatran going back into the deck. They'll probably be looking for like some draw here. There's a Dedenne-GX trying to discard as many Pokemon. Oh, the Crobatting first. Okay, sure. Discard as many Pokemon as possible. A quick ball. It'll probably find, I don't know, an attacker of some description, getting rid of the Charizard GX in hand. This will probably be like a Rechizard or something then, I'd imagine. Something like a nice generic attacker. There we are. And then the Dedenne will probably do the job, getting rid of that. Whether or not they... Oh, there's another Mewtwo as well. I was about to say whether or not they want to get rid of their hand or not, but it seems like that is the way to go. Alright. There's a Giant Hearth coming down and a Cherish Ball as well. This could find any number of Pokemon. This is the thing with Mewtwo. There's so many. Incineroar GX is pretty powerful. Darkest Tornado is going to be quite tough for us to deal with. We're going to need to watch out for that. Since we are going to half hit this Mewtwo, no matter what we attack with, we are going to need to be careful of that. Eevee Snorlax as well. Like, I've not seen that in a Mewtwo list very often. Discard that with the Giant Hearth by the looks of it. Grab a couple of Fire Energies. And that's the turn. Okay, what do we top deck? Speed Lightning. Well, that's okay. Let's attach that to Toxtricity, and hopefully we can get something going here. Pokemon Communication helps us find access to Boltund. That'd be nice. And we can thin out our hand quite a bit, actually. Yeah, so this is good. Boltund, we can thin one of... we can discard one of the Electric Energies with Giant Hearth. Then we can flip the coin on Turbo Patch. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, that's fine. It hits. Beautiful. So now we've got 2 cards in hand to Crobat for 4. Means we're going to get a look at a lot of stuff. This is not a great hand. We just get rid of that. Let's see. I'll see you later with that one. That's no good. Okay, we got the Switch. That's fine. Sorry, I'm struggling to keep up with all these cards going off. We've got the Electrify going. We're going to accelerate energy to the Toxtricity. Whew, and then we'll be good to go. Sorry, I've just suddenly gotten some hay fever in my nose. It's very awkward. Oh, okay. What have we got? We've already used a couple of acceleration methods. We're gonna have to get rid of 2 boss's orders here, which is gonna be awkward. Our opponent quick balling. Going Crobat. So they got rid of Great Catcher there. That's important information to have. Cherish Ball as well. Will they be grabbing another Pokemon to discard with Giant Hearth? Looks like no. Just thinning. We might see that Crobat here. They'll be looking for Welder, I'd imagine. I'll try and get a knockout on this Boltund as quickly as possible. That's fine by us. We'll be able to half hit with Toxtricity, although we probably get knocked out in return from that Darkness Tornado. Darkest Tornado? Guzmahala. Okay. It's not a bad supporter to have access to. They'll discard a couple of cards there. Look like a Fire Energy. And something else. I missed that last one. I'm not too worried about. I find a Half a Charm and a Horror Psychic. Put the Charm on the active, probably. Yep. And there's Cheer Up. Okay, so this is the attack from Snorlax that accelerates an energy from hand. So that'll get an extra energy onto Mewtwo. We've got Dark City, which is good. We could play that down. We probably want to attach to Boltund here, just in case. Let's evolve into the Toxtricity. We will play down the Dark City and then research. See what we get access to here. We've got a Slowbro and a Switch. So we could just go into the Slowbro here and then attack with the Toxtricity. Might not be a terrible idea, although it is a risk. Yeah, a big gasp indeed. It is a big risk to attack with the Toxtricity this turn. I don't know if we should or not. We'll play down this Toxtricity V here just to get it down, just in case they do knock us out. We could Turbo Patch potentially. We might as well hold on to that. Do we attack with the Boltund or the Toxtricity? We may as well just go into the Toxtricity and attack. I mean, what is the worst that can happen? We've got the poison. We may as well go for it. We will Turbo Patch now. We've got heads on that. That's really good. Now we can accelerate to the V on the bench and then just G-Max Riot. We're going to deal a lot of damage. They will be able to get a one-shot on our Toxtricity here. But that's okay, because we're putting pressure on the Pokemon in the active, and that's the key. Maybe we shouldn't have got rid of that Dark City that we played down before. Possibly not, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm expecting to get knocked out here, but we will be able to return that knockout, and if they can't power another Mewtwo up, then we should be okay. The Horror Psychic going down onto that Mewtwo on the bench, and then there is the Darkest Tornado. Okay, so this is fine. 1260 damage, that's a lot of damage to deal. Oh, this is fine. We can promote the Boltund here. I think that's fine. Yes, Boltund. They'll get poisoned. We can just Bolt Storm and knock them out. And this also gives us access to that Toxtricity V on the bench to use Tapu Koko with. We will Marnie. Try and get some cards off of the top here. There's Dark City as well. So if we had promoted the Slowbro, we would have been fine. Let's see if this Turbo Patch hits. It does. We are getting very lucky here with those Turbo Patches. Now we don't need access to another, well, the Tapu Koko. We can get rid of this, this whatchamacallit and grab a, let's grab Toxtricity. We can grab a second one of those and just discard it with the Dedenne here. It's a bit of thinning. We will need another attacker though. Maybe I've gone too soon. Maybe gone too early. It's okay though. We've got Boltund attacking with Bolt Storm here. Could potentially like use Tapu Koko next turn to accelerate that if they don't knock us out. We're going to take a knockout. We're going to grab 3 prizes. We're just at 160 damage. We can accelerate 3 more energy next turn, attaching 1 and then using Tapu Koko Prism. So we might be able to get pretty close to a knockout on that Mewtwo. With 3 more energy instead of 160, we'll deal 190, 220, 250. Very close. Very close, actually. Exceptionally close. Like, we've got 10 cards left in deck. If we've got a boss in the deck and a Turbo Patch left, we might just be able to do it, actually. That's, we're going to need to wait until they finish their turn. They've got a Welder, which is annoying. But they can't take a knockout on the Toxtricity. If they can't switch this Crobat out as well, we can just Bolt Storm and then leave ourselves with 2 powered attackers. A Gust is all we will need to win the game. We could get pretty close to winning. Like, very close. Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself here. I've attached a second Horror Psychic and a Pass. Okay, so, let's see. Let's Dance of the Ancients. I'll put an energy on Crobat and an energy on the Dedenne, just because they've got 1 retreat. I don't want to be caught out. What else can we do here? Let's just have a look. We've got Turbo Patch and Boss. I think we can do it. I think we could potentially do it. I want to try it. I want to try it so bad. We could Dedenne and Speed Lightning Energy, and we'd be able to do it fine. But I don't need to do it. That's the thing, is I can just Bolt Storm and knock out. Let's just Speed Lightning and see what we get. Switch and research. So we need 2 in 6, and then we need to flip a 50-50. But if we do that, we win the game. I think I'm gonna have to go for it. I think this is a for content moment. Let's just have a look, see, just to confirm. We have access to it. It's okay. I just wanted to double check. Let me just double check. It's fine, right? We've got it. Yeah, we've got it. Okay, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to Dedenne. I'm going to try and Turbo Patch, Boss, knock out the Mewtwo. This is not the right play. But I think we should do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just bite the bullet and do it. We need to get both cards. And we need to flip heads on the Turbo Patch. We've got them both. Okay. Heads on Turbo Patch. We can just boss the Mewtwo up and... Oh, I should have just knocked out... Oh my goodness. Okay, well, now we're in trouble. Because we've only got one turn. I mean, we've got the Pokemon, so that's fine. This should be fine. Unless they play down like another Mewtwo. If they attack us, then they lose. If they don't attack us, then we probably win, but we need to play intelligently. And Amani will lose us again. But that's okay. This deck doesn't play that many Marnies, I don't think. Going to accelerate energy to the Mewtwo. And energy on the Crobat. I think they're going to just retreat into this Crobat. And then we're going to calm the Slowbro back into the deck. So we've got another prize. And we'll be able to Bolt Storm to just knock out that Crobat. It's going to be fine, guys. It is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. I should have just knocked out the Crobat the first time. That's okay. They're passed. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So now we calm. We put the Slowbro back in the deck. We don't grab a Pokemon. We Bolt Storm. Big gasp from Angeezy. We take 2 prizes. Now we can't get Marnied out of the game. No matter what happens, we should be fine. Because we can, since we've got the switch off the prizes, we can retreat into the Slowbro and then switch into the Toxtricity VMAX. So we've got an attack. No matter what we do, we've got an attack. They've got a little cross symbol there. I think we might be about to sneak this one out. They're saying, well played. Well played indeed, good sir. Well played. I think we're going to sneak it home. They're bossing. They're going to boss the Slowbro. We've got the switch. It doesn't matter. Toxtricity. That's an odd one. I wonder why they're doing that. They're just giving up. They're just giving up, right? Surely. Surely they're just going to pass and go, yep, no, this is fine. Outrage. Okay, fair enough. Oh, that's 280. Oh, that's actually a really good play from them. Because if I attack with G-Max right here, I get knocked out. Because of the 2 horrors. So let's switch into Dedenne and use Static Shock for the game. How about that? I guess I'll include it in the video. Not a great game, but entertaining. I think I said it best at the end of that recording. Not well played at all. Actually, very poorly played, but we got the game, and we had some fun with Toxtricity. That's the key, right? This deck actually works pretty well, and that Galarian Slowbro is very, very consistent at getting poison off as soon as you can. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, check out the the deck list. It's down below. There are videos down here in the playlist over here. The YouTube thinks you might like them. Otherwise, whilst you're here, just subscribe and like, do all that good stuff. That would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you next time for more from the Sableyes. Bye.